Hello, in this video, we will use the Angular migration to replace the injection of the services into constructor, and we will replace them with the inject function. For example, if we open any component where we have constructor, let's say here, we have a constructor and we're injecting the HTTP client service here. With the new approach, what you can do is you can have read only HTTP client is equal to inject from Angular core HTTP client, and you don't need it. And this should be the same. So npm start, and there shouldn't be any compilation error. And you can see the changes. So what we did, there is a constructor injection, and we're replacing those services using the inject function. But now you can, if you find this project, you will have so many injection of services in different components, and sometimes they are huge. Like I don't know if I can find something like here, 1, 2, 3, 4 services. Here 2 services. Okay, so the point is you don't want to do this manually, and for that, what we can do, we can use a migration. Let me revert my change. I will revert my change, and I will use Angular migration for inject. So Angular CLI provide you a migration called inject, and using this inject, it will replace all the use of constructor injection using to the inject function. Let's give it a try. First, it will ask for the project folder. I'm in the right folder structure, so I will say yeah. And it will ask, do you want to migrate the abstract classes? Uh, Abstract classes are the one which do not contain any implementation. They are just a signature, more like your interfaces, but you can derive from them. Okay, so abstract are not default. That's why they're not guaranteed to be injectable. I would say yes. I don't think in this project there are any abstract classes, but just to be sure. Next question is asking, should it clean the constructor or keep them for backward compatibility? Uh, we will we will say first time, yeah, we want to keep them. No, we want to clean them. We don't want to keep them. And let's see what happens. Do you want to and the next question is, do you want optional inject calls to be non-nullable? And will this if you want to run the type check identical to optional at the expense of worst case type? I don't want to do this, so I will say no. And it will take a couple of seconds or a minute based on how many migration files have been changed, and it's done. Okay, cool. So now you can see there are 53 files changed. We can go through the changes here. What happened here? Initially, there was a tenant service injected in an app component. So that tenant service has been automatically replaced with inject function. And there is the function constructor injected with these unknown arguments. You can read the comment here by the Angular migration that is added for backward compatibility. If we keep following through, we can see the changes are done more or less same for all component. But I want to find a case where we have some business logic in constructor, because sometimes it's not just injection we do in constructor, right? We have some kind of logic added into constructor. Okay, is it here? Yeah, here. Take this example. Before migration, we had this service injected, and there was some business logic kept here. So after this migration, what happened? We have our constructor replaced with this only business logic code. So that's important thing. You don't want to lose your constructor business logic. And rest of the changes look similar. Okay, let's compile and see everything works. Okay, everything compile, few warnings, but no errors. And if I go to the home page of application, I can see API is failing. Let me refresh again. API is failing, but there are no console errors for UI. So let's go back. And what we can do now. I see this injected constructor here for backward compatibility, but in my project, I do not need it. So what I can do, I can remove it from my project. So I will use the find and replace. What I will do, I will look for all the files where this constructor has been added, and I will just replace them with the empty line. And there are 53 occurrences. Let's replace. Okay, that's gone. And there is a empty constructor used. So since everything is injected in using inject function, I do not want to keep my empty constructor here. So I will also remove it. I will replace with empty line and it's gone. And there is a error now in service case. Somehow it got missed. Okay, let me remove it manually then. And let's come more time. And there are no errors. Few warnings, but no errors. And we can see the changes. The changes are done here. We remove those classes. We remove the constructor from the classes and injection added using the inject function. That's it. Thank you.